Hello, my name is COMM K Jimenez. Did you know that Division I college football devotes 43.3 hours a week? And that's 3.3 hours more than the typical American will work a week. My thesis statement is college athletes should be paid because they bring in mass revenue to the universities. They perform on national television all over the country. And also risk them the chance of getting injured and not being able to play in a professional level. Some student athletes miss class to attend nationally televised games that are watched all over the country. People tune in all the time, and I feel like that's a big thing that's going on here, where these college athletes are being able to play on live television, and they're not getting rewarded for it because of the stuff that they're doing. It produces 11 billion in revenue from college sports. College sports produces 11 billion in revenue, and that's more than the National Basketball Association, also known as the NBA, and the National Hockey League, also known as the NHL. For example, Alabama football reported $143.3 million in athletic revenue. That's more than 30 National Hockey League teams combined, and that's more than 25 out of 30 NBA teams. And that's pretty a big deal because these are professional sports and professional athletes that are doing this. And Alabama football is a big time program that has been pretty good for the past, I'm gonna say, 15 years, and they're putting up more numbers than professional teams. NCAA coaches' average salary in 2014 was 2.05 billion, and that's a pretty big number because a lot of these coaches, devote their time as well to teach and to preach to these student athletes, and for them to get paid that much money is pretty incredible. So it's interesting information that I got. 40 out of 50 states, the highest paid person in those states is a head football coach or a head basketball coach. And head basketball coaches get paid numerous amount of money, and they're getting paid, they're being like the only single paid person in the state. And there's a one person that I want to mention, that's Zion Williamson. He's plays basketball for Duke University. He's probably one of the biggest players in the nation right now, with social media and all that. He's an electric player. And during one game, maybe around 2 or 3 weeks ago, he injured himself. He had a knee sprain, which occurred during a nationally televised game. And many told him to sit the rest of the season because, college doesn't really pay these athletes for them to play. So there's time just to rest out and wait for the NBA draft, which comes, I think, in 2 or 3 months, because that's where the money comes from. And he's projected to be a first overall pick in the NBA draft, and everybody told him it was better for him just to sit out the postseason and for him to just worry about getting healthy and worry about the next level, which is professionally. There's this picture that I found on via Twitter, and it says CBS plans to debut Zion Cam during tonight's Duke game. And one of the quotations that they put: "We hired a cameraman, a camera, and a digital tape machine to record everything he does." So they're literally paying cameramen to videotape every single little thing that this guy does. That's how popular he is in college sports, and it's crazy how you get a college athlete to get this so much recognition from the nation, and for them to actually hire cameraman and a camera crew to go videotape every single thing he does before or during the game is pretty incredible. A lot of college athletes are getting looked up to. There's many college basketball players that I look up to, and I see college baseball players that I look and say, like, I wish I could be like him someday. And it's just crazy to see how how much social media has attracted them to us and all this stuff like that, and it's just crazy to see players like this, emerge, and for them not to be paid is just something that I don't know. I mean, some of these NBA athletes that I look up to are getting paid, and they're just as the same as some of these college athletes, and it just amazes me how much people neglect the fact that athletes shouldn't be paid with scholarship money. Like, they're saying that they're already getting paid with scholarship money. I mean, yeah, they are, but at the same time, they're bringing 2 or 3 times as much money to the university than the scholarship money is given to them. Like I said, college athletes bring in so much money to the university. They advertise the university on national TV. They're seeing how these players are developed on the basketball field and also off the field, and it's just crazy to see all that stuff. And one thing, I mean, college sports is fun for the athletes and everything, but there's a future. You gotta plan for the future, and some of these futures for these athletes are they want to play professionally and stuff like that. But if you get hurt, then that can risk the chance of you playing professionally. Like with Zion Williamson, it could have been pretty bad for him, because he's a projected first overall draft pick, and for him getting hurt in college and not being able to play professionally, I mean, would have sucked for him. In conclusion, college athletes need to be paid because they bring in so much money to the university. They're able to advertise the university they are playing for to the whole country. They are also risking the chance of getting injured for a team that is not paying them paying them to perform, and risking a chance for them to play professionally where they do get paid. So, I mean, the overall thing here is I believe student athletes should be paid because of how much money they bring in, and it's just all their games are being nationally televised, and they're being shown to the whole country. So I just feel like they should get paid.